Hey kids, it's been a couple of days, and yeah, I apologize. I've been trying to get around to starting Ace Combat 3, and I just cannot. I either cannot find the time, or I just can't find the will, and that's bad, especially when I'm trying to start things back up again, trying to get the band back together, if you will. So I'm trying. I'm trying, and real life is fighting back. But I'm not gonna quit. Never gonna back down. Never surrender. That kind of thing. So next up on the list is Ace Combat 3, which I do own for the PlayStation 1. However, that's not exactly what we are going to be playing. Kiri,
Yes,
did you know that Ace Combat 3 was butchered when it was brought here to the States?
I did not.
What's up?
Don't forget to take the trash.
Okay. Yeah, fun little fact.
Okay.
Ace Combat 3 was initially 2 discs. And then when Namco ported it to the United States, they chopped it down to 1 disc. What was on both discs? Well, the story. It turns out there used to be a story, very, very heavily influenced by anime. And that was all cut. So let's find out what's going on here as we start Ace Combat 3. Finally. Produced by Namco. So, folks, what you are actually seeing, it's a modified ISO of the original Japanese game, which means it has been translated to English. However, it's only subtitled, so you'll still be hearing the characters shrieking in Manganese. Now, we haven't exactly moved. We haven't exactly moved to any of the other major world nations in this strange verse, as they've come to call it. It's not real world locations, but more of a future version of Usia, USEA. Ace Combat 3 actually takes place about 50 years in the future.
Really?
Yes, it is the year 2048. I think. It's either 2048 or like 2050 something. It's very, very. It's very far in the future. Okay, we actually have 3 different options here: new account, download, and reopen.
Oh, you can stack two of them.
Now, Don't get thrown off by this menu selection screen. They're actually asking if you want to start a new game, load a save file. I'm not sure what reopen means.
Oh, no.
But yeah, we'll go ahead and start a new game. Nemo is the default name for your character, but you can change it to whatever you wish. So, in the interest of the RKM, I will give the usual name of Poop Bucket.
Yep.
And apparently it's limited to 8 letters. So so it's more like a just poop buck. But you know what? This is doable. It'll just require a bit of a personality shift. So we got the standard easy, normal, and hard skill levels. We'll go ahead and do normal, as we did with Ace Combats 1 and 2. I'm gonna take a guess that this is like, are you sure, that kind of stuff. So I think we're good sound wise. And as with all Namco arcade titles, they have a color testing check. And if you want to set your screen, you can do that as well. Looks like we're good. Let's go ahead and save it in memory card slot 1. However, now we have to press the start button to save. So much of the game actually takes place in Metal Gear Solid style codec cutscenes, when it isn't showing TV footage. There for you in everyday life, General Group. Ushering a new era with you, General Group. Building a better future with you, General Group. We're out there every day and with you today. So now we have a human interest story. We have this ace pilot with a crippling disability. This little girl cannot survive exposure to sunlight. Silverstone syndrome apparently is the name of the disorder. Is that what they call vampires these days? So as you can tell, we're no longer in a world of nations and ideologies. It's now all about business, business, business. with research taking a backseat to business.
はい、
Hi.
お休みの日ですか？公園で散歩はできないんで、本を読んだり映画を見た
I
り。
know it's supposed to be a G, but it looks like a C. I'm just so tempted to make CBS jokes.
今こうして
So
パイロッ
tempted.
トになっていることが
CBS. Welcome to the nursing home.
ただ最近思うのは、体なんて人間にとって心の入れ物でしかないのなら、私には意味のないものだなって、いつも心で飛んでるんです。
So is she saying she wouldn't mind if her brain was in a jar or something?
心の翼が私に空をくれたから、このまま心ごと翼になってしまいたいって。
This is so anime influenced.
Yep.
That's why I really wish I could get Formula, Neotag, and Ninja Commander in here.
クラークソン派の連中の言ってる平和的な解決ってやり方でこの世界が守れるんなら、最初からゼネラルに優病なんていらないんだし、どっちにしてもただの飛行機乗りには関係ないことだな。じゃあ次の任務で、今度はもうちょっと俺のサポートにも対応してくれよな。レナやフィーのマニューバーのコピーばっかはやめとけ。俺の後ろはお前しかいないんだから。
業務連絡を口頭で伝えます。正式な署名は
Oh no!
ユーピオ所属の搭乗員
Kiri went dead!
続けて無期限の待機
Oh, here.
But it says you're offline!
かなり雲行きが怪しくな
You're
って
dead, man!
じゃあ
Dead!
Communication interrupted. Receiving emergency broadcast.
ただいま入りましたニュースをお伝えします。フェイスパーク地方においてかねてから緊張状態が続いていたゼネラルリソースとニューコムが交戦状態に突入した模様です。
So we got
ニューコ
two
ムからの公式発
two
表
rival companies, General Resource and
は
Newcom.
あくまでもゼネラルリソース側が行った違反行為への報復であるとのことです。この事態を受け、
I can only guess that I'm part of General Resource,
治
perhaps?
安維持部隊の現地への緊急派遣を発表。
So now we finally have access to a menu. We can go on a mission, we can search, we can look at the archives. We actually have the option now to look at, well, it's got all the cutscenes for starters. But we can also look at the history of each and every single one of these entities. Silverstone Syndrome. And it looks like it wasn't translated. Actually, it looks like none of this was translated. So it looks like this is not a complete translation. But at least we know now what that UPEO is, Universal Peace Enforcement Organization.
Somehow I doubt that.
But
And if
but
you
it
have
has.
to-
Oh, go ahead. Go ahead.
You have to keep claiming that you're something. You're probably not that.
But they have peace in the title. That must mean that they're peaceful. Okay, we have something that's translated. Hiroshi Rina, born April 27th, 2021, has struggled with Silverstone disease, congenital E-ray syndrome, since birth. She wears protective clothing to shield her from sunlight and cannot casually go about daily life. After being recognized for her abilities as a pilot, she joined her General Resource in 2030 and participated in a skill development project for 7 years. Transferred to UPO in 2037. After several commendations for her skill in air combat, she was assigned to SARF in 2040, where she currently serves as its ace pilot. All it needs is an N, and suddenly you have a Thundercats reference. Snarl.
Yep.
Okay, Fiona Fitzgerald. She's translated here. Born January 26, 2016. Hey, that wasn't too long ago. Raised from the age of 3 to be a pilot. What? Raised from the age of 3 to be a pilot. If I recall, some are untranslated because it can't fit into the page and the game has a limit on characters and letters. You know, that sounds about right. Wouldn't surprise me. I'm
Probably.
kind of hung up on this, though. Okay, she was raised since the age of 3 to be a fighter pilot. So did they stick her in a jet at age 4? Age 5? Or was she just in simulators until she was a teenager? That don't sound right. I'm gonna blow my nose on this matter. Hang on. Good God. Alright, let me try and get around this whole thing here. Graduated at 22 with a master's in aviation engineering, Department of Research at Edwards University. Joined UPO in 2039. Transferred as a pilot to SARF in 2040. And that's all we have on her. Eric Yeager. Born August 30, 2016, graduated 2039 with a degree in International Political Science from Oxford University. Just moved a couple of spaces from the keyboard, apparently. Joined UPO at the same year, transferred as a pilot to SARF in 2040. Gilbert Park. Gilbert. Born March 6, 1992, joined General Resource after graduating from Beijing's University. I'm going to assume they mean Beijing. Department of Economics in 2014, after various assignments at General Group, became a director at UPO upon recommendation in 2031. Gabriel W. Clarkson. Born February 29, 1984. Huh, that would mean he's not that much younger than me. Graduated with a doctorate in international political science from Oxford University in 2010. Through his work as a member of the Eurasian Assembly, we'll just go with that. He became an active voting member of the NUN, the Non-United Nations? In 2029, he assumed position as an UPO delegate in 2037. Don't worry, I'm going to rearrange these letters in my head and somehow make sense of it all. By the way, I've never played Ace Combat 3 ever. I'm blind playing this, just like the first Air Combat game. The only ones I ever played from start to finish, if at all, was Ace Combat 2, 4, 5, and 6. I bought 7 recently. I have not touched it yet. I will get to it as soon as I finish 6. Well, and the PSP games. I'll be playing those eventually. But we're getting a little too ahead of ourselves here. Let's look at GBS, whatever this is. General Broadcasting System 2035. And it's all in Japanese. NVS. Newcom Visual Server. I'm going to take a guess that that is the software that allows us to watch all these lovely, lovely TV ads. The EAPN, Euro-Asia Public Network, founded in 2003 as USIA's national broadcasting station. USIA, I remember that name. Nanotechnology. And of course, it's not in English. Faith Park Dispute. I guess all we can really do is pay close attention to the cutscenes and we'll know what is going on there. Itiko? Oh, okay. Insanet Telegraph and Telephone Communication formed in 1953. Must be a branch of AT&T. Anyway. Okay, we have seen, at least I've seen enough. Let's go ahead and take a look at the key configurations. Make sure everything is up to par. Control, normal. Oh. Even though it's supposed to allow analog control, it's not going to let me? That's not right. I'm sad now, because this is supposedly the first one that allowed analog control. Oh well, at least I have the traditional Ace Combat controls with the shoulder buttons. Y'all. Game config. Audio. Okay, that's all the normal stuff. Records, save, back to. Let's go ahead and save. I really hope there's not a whole lot of cutscenes just to get to the save menu, but I suspect that might be the case. All right, let's go forward with our first mission, whatever it is. Newcom initiated a large-scale military operation against General Resource. We, the UPO, in order to prevent further escalation, must curb these activities. Should Newcom disregard our warning, use of force will be inevitable. We put our hopes in you, gentlemen. Dismissed. Alright, we now have a choice of fighters. We have the EF-2000E Typhoon 2, which I remember seeing the original Typhoon on James May's Big Ideas Come Fly With Me. He got to co-pilot a Typhoon fighter jet, which that looked kind of cool. The MiG-33 Fulcrum SS. I'm guessing it's a futuristic model. It also looks like the more viable option. We have a choice of, I'm guessing, additional guns. Additional guns and additional missiles, I'm guessing. That's what it looks like. Commencing attack.
Engage.
I keep wanting to go to my analog sticks and I can't.
Bullseye.
Even in the future, the missiles are not that smart. That's kind of sad. Your emulator probably doesn't detect your analog sticks. Probably not. But then I am using RetroArch, so there's that. Bull's eye. Indeed. Yeah, I'm gonna. Yeah, let's go. Let's go to the input menu here. Maybe I can fix that issue. Well, it says it's a RetroPad with analog, so there's no reason why I wouldn't be getting analog control. By the way, this is the latest version of RetroArch. It was released, I think, yesterday. I think. I need to double check on that. Evidently, it also has zapper control. That's nice. Anyway, back to the game. And bingo was his Nemo. I see a target. I'm coming up. I'm going to shove a missile up its bum. Hey, that plane there looked like a fish. It looked like a fish. I'm going to grill it. I see an R501. I'm coming to get you. I'm coming to get you. What you gonna do? Gonna shove a missile up your tailpipe? In fact, I'm gonna shove two of them.
Mission over.
Gosh, my plane looks purty.
Yep.
Albeit nonsensical. Nonsensical flying, holy crap. Did you see how it was upside down for half the time? Somehow, I don't think that works.
Maybe the newer planes in the future figured that problem out.
Yeah, maybe.
Wow, really? That kind of design for a plane? Haven't seen that design since like World War II.
We will be counting on you from here on out. Really? Even though I got a performance rating of D? Commander Park will definitely be getting more turns, I suppose, which means we too should prepare ourselves for the worst. Well, that's all I wanted to say. Also, thank you for your future support. You think it's World War V the way the media... World War V? What? Come on.
といい感じで飛んでたな。
Did you change your flight pattern? That was sweet as jet. Yeah, it's almost like there's a human controlling me now. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm Poop Bucket. I'm saving my game here, and I'm gonna move onward to freedom and more shooty shoot. More shooty shooting. Oh, we got ourselves some Fox News talking heads. Why are they talking funny? Kerry, they talking funny. You know, it doesn't sound too much different from cable news.
Yeah, probably not that much different.
Be teamed up with the vampire kid. Okay. No, I don't want to go back to archive. I want to go to search. Any new, okay, we have SARF. An abbreviation for a Special Armed Response Force is a special division of the Universal Peace Enforcement Organization's aviation unit. Since 2038, the need for military intervention to suppress escalating conflicts between corporations was drawing near, leading to the establishment of SARF in 2040. However, there have been many problems within the UPO, due to Delegate Gabriel W. Clarkson, a pacifist. There have been frequent cases where prompt military support could not be provided. The UPO also depends on the support of other countries and corporations because it's often called a paper tiger. Okay. And that's the only new news bit there is. I'm gonna double check the thing with the PlayStation pad, because yeah, that is kind of weird. Just for the heck of it, later on I'm gonna have to check out Colony Wars and see if the analog control works on it. Because if it does with it, then it's got something to do with the game and its recognition of analog control. Anyway, off to mission 2, I think. So once again, we have the option of the Typhoon 2 and the MiG-33. Sorry, I'm a little biased in this, mostly because I'm not British. Bravado!
Engage.
Am I just flying too high? What the hell? There we go. I think we're doing things. I think we're shooting. I do think we're shooting.
Bullseye. Warning, missile alert.
You ain't shooting at me. Well, at least I had the privilege of softening up Fiona's target. That was a little too low. Oh, thanks for NVIDIA for letting me know that there is a driver that's ready to install. That's totally going to affect the performance of this game.
Yep.
Indeed. Yeah, I think we have air superiority. I think the only real obstacle now is trying not to plow into the ground with the really stiff controls.
Mission over.
I'm fairly certain if I was actually flying an airplane in real life with that one maneuver, I'm sure I would have gotten yelled at. Probably stripped of my wings at some degree. Because I think there's some kind of rule against flying that low to the ground.
ようよ、結構見せてくれるな。
サーフのエースにでもなるつもり？
No need to show off. Again, it's like there's a human controlling this player. And once again, I got a D.
エキスポシティを発端にした今回の紛争は NUN 新国際連合所属のユーピオ特別航空部隊サーフを中心にした治安維持部隊の活躍によって沈静化に向かっている模様です。
Oh, Neo United Nations. Okay.
対立自体は有事や全域への広がりを見せています。ユーピオのクラークソン代表が提唱し
So evidently the United Nations had to be dissolved at some point and a new one had to be made?
Not surprising.
Not surprising in the slightest. Oh, I actually get to read this. This afternoon, 2 attack fighters manufactured by General Resource Limited were delivered to the UPO headquarters. They are seen as a response to the NUN request to increase military strength after the violent breakout at Faith Park. Criticism has been raised over such trends at UPO, building up military powers against its own original goal of peacekeeping. Its future role is now being addressed. Oh, goody. So much controversy going on. I wonder when there will be a Me Too movement.
この世界に生きる者、歴史に名を刻む働きを残すことのできるパイロットは少ない。彼らがパイロットとして活躍しうる肉体的なピークは若いうちだ。ただそのピークは人間としての精神的な熟練を迎えるのに比べてもあまりにも早すぎる。
Their mental peak comes way too soon.
その限界を超える精神力を持つ者はそれを口にする必要がないだけなんだ。
しかし彼は肉体的にも精神的にもピークを迎えたまま世に名を残そうとしている。彼の名はアビサル・ビジョン。ゼネラル・リソースのエースの名を欲しいままに大空を舞う。
Okay, is there an entry on this fella? The United States of Euro-Asia. I always wonder what USIA meant. The Neo-United Nations is a new community of nations, established as an international peace organization for the purpose of peacekeeping and security, as well as promoting international cooperation. Snyder's Top. A region situated in the north of Usia, where the United Nations main headquarters is located. Okay. Alright, let's start with Keith up here. Born May 19, 2010. May 19th, the day that Kane's parents were burned in the fire. Why do I know this? I used to watch WWE. Anyway. Joined General Resource after graduating from a senior high school affiliated with Sandbury GR Defense College in 2028. Abyssal Dyson? Born October 10, 1997. Graduated with a degree in aerospace engineering from Sandbury Defense College in 2018. Joined General Resource Limited in September of the same year, being assigned to the GRDF as a pilot. We've already got a typo. After bringing back superior results in a number of flight missions, including victories in a terrorism suppression mission in 2026, he became GRDF's ace pilot, still active on the front lines even at the age of 42. Well, sometimes you just You just cannot hang it up. Teletext. So we needed an entry on teletext. All right. You know, I've heard of the concept of teletext. Is that the same thing as closed captioning?
Maybe.
Anyone in the chat room might know this. If so, let me know, because I've heard the name before, but it was used in a comedy sketch involving fake Al Qaeda fighters. Anyway, Mission.
ニューコムの勢いは弱まってきたようだが油断はできない。そこで今後の展開に備え、ゼネラルリソースの部隊と共同の訓練飛行を行う運び
An F-16XF?
戦ではないからといって手を抜くな。
Oh, I get to fly it too. All right. All right. What's the? Okay, it's a little less stable, but it does have more mobility. Not so much in defense, however. I'm torn. I'm torn between the FA and the F-16. You know what, I'll go with the F-16. Ooh, heavy machine guns and missiles. Very nice. Oh, I have an option of changing weapons. Okay. So the heavy machine gun has higher damage and a lower rate of fire. And a smaller range. Yeah, I think I'll go with that. Never hurts to have more power. We ain't done yet. Don't you black out and cash now. And crash now? Try harder to slam into me? Oh, why is it so stiff? Yeah, I can't keep up. Not with these controls. Ah! I didn't mean to bank. Next up, marksmanship. Missiles won't lock, use your guns. Okay. And something tells me they were hoping I could get them all in one go. Don't rely on thrust. Use aerodynamics. Don't trust your gut. I missed the second part. Yeah, I have a feeling I'm going to be kicked out of this little group because I'm not doing it fast enough. Because I'm already in like 3.5 minutes. I was probably supposed to do this in less than 1. Make sure to remember these skills. Dispersing chemicals without permission. Suspend exercises, hurry to the scene, and destroy the airdrop containers. Which looks like I would have to shoot them with guns.
Engage.
Engage. No! I want to shoot the things. I want to shoot the things. This must be the limit of Upio's skill. Maybe that was my problem. I was just going straight up. Pew pew planes woot, indeed. You stopped the environmental pollution by Newcom. This exercise turned out to be useful after all. I'm just glad I got something better than a D.
司令から聞いたわ。ゼネラルのエースと渡り合ったらしいじゃない。かなり悔しいけど君のこと認める。フライトレポートのデータを見ました。不思議なことだけど、あなたの飛び方って最近少し私に似てる気がして。
Your flying resembles mine a little.
あなたは
Where did you come
どこから
from?
来たの？
Apparently I am a video game player. That's where I came from.
かつてゼネラルリソースが多国籍企業体として誕生した結果、国家という枠組みは崩れ去り、歴史は新しいフェーズを迎えることに。
The collapsing framework known as a country? Oh my.
今やニューコムのシンボルであり、
Mega float?
今各地で始まった紛争を事実上仕掛けているニューコムは何を求め、何を望んでいるのでしょう。我々はこの紛争がやがて歴史をどのように変えるのか、ただどんな結果になるにせよ、一つだけ言えるのは、両企業に挟まれた形のユーピオには現状の治安維持はできても歴史に新たな結果を残すことはできないであろうということでしょう。
聞いたが、今さっきフランカーと彼女のエンジンシステムがぶち壊れたらしい。しかもそれが整備不良のチェックやってた時のミスでだ。お前も整備には気を使った方がいい。まったく、いくら最近出撃が増えたからってそりゃない話だろ。こんなことだからユーピオはハリコの虎だとか軍隊ごっことか言われるんだよ。この状態じゃレナのやつ当分出撃できないことになるだろうな。こんな時。
割り込んでごめん。出撃命令です。いよいよニューコムの連中本気で歴史を変える気みたいね。タイミング悪いけどユーピオの大スターは欠席。私たちだけで何とかしましょう。じゃああとは上で。
Oh no, their star pilot won't be able to fly. Whatever will we do? Well, first off, I want to see what's up with these new terms. The NC standard, electroneuron synapse interface. I guess that's some kind of mind link you can initiate with your airplane to fly with the power of your mind, perhaps. Oh, so the electrosphere base, the titular name of the game is actually the internet. The sad part is that probably explains a lot. You were about to say something?
Cycle's kind of kicking in.
That happens. You gonna be here on tomorrow?
Yeah.
Cool, cool.
Good night.
Alright, have a good night, man. Take care.
You too.
Alright, I'm gonna see if I can at least get to the end of the first disc. Yeah, subtle reminder, folks. Not quite so subtle. This is, in fact, 2 discs. Because they packed a lot of story in this game, evidently. Amassing its naval fleet at its mobile marine city megafloat. Strike Newcom before preparations are complete. Not only are there numerous civilian facilities on Megafloat, but also civilian ships in harbor sectors in executing the operation. Okay, first off, do I have any new toys I can play around with? I do not. But you know what? I think I'll be fine with the with the Hornet, the Super Hornet, whatever the hell this thing is.
Engage.
Okay, I see some non-targets, and I do see some ground targets.
Warning, missile alert. Bullseye. Hold your fire. Warning, missile alert. Caution. Damage.
Ow. Ouchie.
Warning, missile alert. Bullseye.
Bull's eye.
Warning, missile alert.
Yeah, I am definitely not liking the controls of this game. It just feels way too stiff.
Warning, missile alert. Caution. Damage. Bullseye. Warning, missile alert. Warning, missile alert.
Also, I could have swore I hit that missile silo.
Bullseye. Bullseye. Caution. Bullseye.
Whee!
Bull up. Warning. Missile alert.
Yeah, I gotta be careful. Their targeting systems are very effective. The hell just happened?
Fail.
My missiles wouldn't fire, even though I was locked onto a missile base. Yeah. I'd like to beat this mission.
Engage.
I guess this time around I'll work more on the enemy fighters instead of the ground targets. R201.
Bullseye. Warning. Missile alert. Warning. Missile alert. Bullseye.
Okay, took out 2 air targets. I should probably start working on the missiles. And guns.
Bullseye.
And next up, judging by your proximity to the water, you must be a gun turret. You are a gun turret. I don't know if it's amazing or sad that I'm able to call that kind of shit. Okay, the island is now deprived of its defenses. Now to work on the navy. I'm going to take a guess that because they're heading toward the island, that the update came because they came to the island.
機動艦隊はドックに収容された。ドック内への攻撃を許可する。
Attacks inside the dock are authorized. Pursue it once.
Update target.
Well, if I can actually get close to the damn thing, yes, I will fire upon the target. It seems I was a little too close. How about now? I worry sometimes this thing's going to just break apart on me. Ow, 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 ow. Actually, not so much ow. It just looks like a lot of ow, but not really a lot of ow. Alright, just one more target to go and we're done. If I can just pull out in time. Probably would have helped if I didn't fire that first missile. Got a little carried away.
Mission over.
Mission over.
現在作戦遂行中の全機に伝える。クラークソン代表の停戦交渉により、ニューゴーとゼネラルリソースの間に停戦協定が結ばれた。全機攻撃を中止し、帰還せよ。
Yay! Ceasefire.
どうにも間の悪い話じゃないか。ここでの停戦など老人どもが決めたまやかし。時代はすでに変化を望んだ。そう思わないか。
以上。
一度しか言わない。お前がこの世界で何かをしたいのなら、ユーピオはただの階段に過ぎない。もしその気があるのなら、このままゼネラルに来い。その勇気がお前にあるのなら、私が新しい道を作る。
ゼネラルのエース気でも違ったの？ねえ、これは罠よ。
こいつを移籍させる気か。危険だ。
危険のない賭けなど。
Is everybody just a hired gun at this point?
どうするゼネラルに来るか。
言ってはダメ。あなたはユーピオのパイロットなんだから。
Decide.
そうか。残念だ。
That's too bad. Sarv's ace.
冗談。何を言ってんだか。空母に着艦するわよ。
Landing.
Well, it's nice there's a guide.
Pull up.
Yeah, I'm a Top Gun.
ニューコムの機動艦隊は停戦協定により撤退した。
I'm back down to a D rating.
当分の間戦闘は行われないだろう。
A few moments later. Today, representatives of Newcom and General Resource opened talks on the current Faith Park dispute, beginning at 1 p.m. with Upio Del Clarkson mediating. At 3 p.m., both sides reached a ceasefire agreement. Upio Del Clarkson, who has been proactive long before today's talks, said, "With today's conciliation, we want tensions to cool down everywhere, with strong intent in evidence."
サーフのエース、どうやら俺たち停戦のタイミングで救われたってことだ。これで当分ユーピオの出番もないといいけどな。
Okay. Isn't it actually good that we don't have to engage in combat?
このようにニューコムの先端技術は今までゼネラルリソースにとって苦手とされてきたバイオテクノロジー、ナノテクノロジーの実用化、
Biotechnology, nanotechnology.
スフィア環境の整備、そして宇宙開発への積極的な着手によって確実な力を生み出していった。
Shouldn't we already be in space at this point?
このメールはサーフのメンバーにのみ送信されている。注意して聞いてほしい。昨日の協定は現時
Yesterday's agreement has been revoked.
我々の得た
According to the intelligence we have, it appears the general is already preparing for attack against Newcom.
クラークソン代表が新
Upio cannot overlook this reckless
この
act.
ように無視した暴挙はユーピオとして見逃すわけにはいかない。そこでサーフの出番となる。今まで以上の活躍に期待する。
Yeah, I figured it was too good to be true.
全く指令らしいやり口じゃないか。もともとユーピオはゼネラルの下請けみたいな仕事ばかりしてたくせに、そのくせニューコムにもいい顔をしておきたいんだってことだろ。なあ、本当の戦争屋はどこにいるのかってことを俺たちもっと考えた方がいいのかな。
Who the true warmongers are. Well, there's no new data.
停戦協定にもかかわらず、ゼネラルリソースの部隊がニューコム側の基地に対し侵攻を開始した。
General Resource commence an attack against Newcom in order to maintain the ceasefire. Clashes between them must be avoided at all costs. Defend the Newcom air base. Really? I still don't get something awesome to fly? I'm sad. I am very sad. I wanted something better to fly for a really important mission such as I haven't looked at the FA. What? Ground missile, short range missile. Why would I need a ground missile? Why? And also, what benefit does the Typhoon have? Nothing. Okay, let's just go back to the Hornet. Broken truce.
Intercept.
That's right, emphasize those 3 notes.
Bullseye.
Gosh, I hope my friendly wasn't hit by that. That would have been embarrassing.
Bullseye. Bullseye. Bullseye.
Okay, one thing I do like is the ability to switch targets on the fly instead of having to have line of sight. I have a feeling, though, that the range of intercepting is very, very subjective. Somehow I don't think I'm able to fire from 2,000 feet away.
Caution. Stall. Caution. Stall. Bullseye.
Alright, I will get you. I will get you, yes?
Stall. Caution. Stall. Caution. Stall.
Caution! Bathroom stall.
Bingo.
What is his name-o?
Bullseye.
B-I-N-G-O. B-I-N-G-O. And Bingo was his name-o. Okay, I do have to say for the PS1, the rain effect is pretty good. When it says something like mission over, it makes me feel like I failed somehow.
作戦は成功だ。両軍の衝突
A
は
clash between both forces has been avoided.
ねえ、ニューコムの次はゼネラル。誰が私たちにとって本当の敵？
そうやってどっちも自分が可愛いからこっそりいろいろやるのに外面の平和を守ってる俺たちみたいな組織が必要だってこと。そうそう、世間が言うようにユーピョはハリボテの虎なんだろ。
理想だけの治安維持なんて誰が欲しいと思う？
さあね。
本当考えても無駄ね。
Well, that was rather abrupt. I don't remember hitting any button to skip the cutscene. Traveling through cyberspace.
これが R ナンバー。もうユーピョのロゴ入れたのか。ニューコムも必死なのさ。停戦も終わったな。
命令を伝えます。不審なコールで索敵中のゼネラル。
Pursuing a general plane probing for enemies on a suspect course.
今回は敵機少数での確認任務。
Verification mission with few foes is just me and you this time.
これは久しぶりの
Rehabilitation, really?
私のリハビリってことみたいです。なのでよろしくお願いします。
So you're more or less proving that you aren't exactly as good as you say you are. R number. The R stands for radical. Let's go ahead and save, even though we already saved a moment ago. Excessive saving. Ghosts of the past.
停戦区域にゼネラルリソースの偵察機を確認した。またしてもゼネラルリソースが不穏な動きをしているようだ。その意図を確かめる必要がある。この侵入した偵察機を追跡しろ。なお、上空はレーダー網が張られている。高度には十分注意せよ。
Okay, mobility and stability are going to be very important. The fuck is this? The R201U, Aster Rosa, what? I'm like, okay, it has heavy armor, but holy crap. That is awful. I think the only benefit is having the option of a MIRV. Okay, what about the R101U? Whoa. It's got mobility and stability, but no defense. So what's the benefit to this? You know what? I think I will go with the with the stormtrooper armor plane. The plastic plane.
低空飛行で追跡します。
Pursue with low altitude flying. Keep the enemy in your sights,
高度に気をつけて。
but be careful of your altitude.
彼らどこに？ 待って。ここ私ずっと前に誰かと。
Long ago, I've seen this place with someone. It wasn't Mobius 1 by any chance, was it?
誰といつ誰といついつ
Oh my.
前ずっといつ誰
Okay, you're saying something, but what are you saying?
いつ誰私昔私
Oh my.
昔あの人
I think the game forgot to add dialogue to this scene.
美女
Oh my.
No. Ah, that was a dick move.
Oh my.
Wow, there's a lot of activity up ahead. What's going on? General Research, Secret Research Facility.
Clear to engage.
Does that mean I get to shoot down that stupid stealth fighter?
Oh my. Oh my. Oh my. Mission accomplished.
I didn't exactly hear a no, but it would have been nice to know before I started shooting at the primary targets.
あの場所には
In that place
私
is
の
my
次女
Daician,
私の
my enormous black wings.
黒い翼ナイトレーブ
Knight's Raven.
あの施設にはいずれ査察団が派遣されるだろう。
At least I got an A rank. Holy crap.
今日は私のリハビリに付き合ってくれてありがとう。あと何かあそこにあった何かが私を呼んでいた気がしてごめん。でももしかしたらまたあなたに相談するかもしれない。
You know, after thinking about it, maybe she's not exactly a vampire, but more like a gremlin. Wow, that's a lot of that's a lot of internet usage right there.
File July 21st, 2032. Location General Resource. Doe Development Facility. Sound data missing.
これから話すこととお願いは聞いた後にあなたが賛成してくれてももしも反対したとしても何も尋ねないで誰にも言わないで黙っていてほしいんです。それがとても都合のいい話なのは自分でも分かっています。でもそれでも他に頼める人も相談できる人もいないから聞いてください。それは私にとって生きる意味と同じぐらい大切なもの。ナイトレーベン、それを探しに行きたいんです。前回の作戦で私たち2人が偶然発見してあなたが破壊してしまった施設に関係があることです。今はそれだけしか言えません。でも一緒に来てほしい。もちろんこれは無断行動で規約違反。それを知った上ででも来てほしいんです。
Ooh, unauthorized. Okay. Classified. Even more classified. Yeah, I think I'll stick with the Delphinus. This will probably bite me in the ass eventually, but no clearance.
Cleared for takeoff.
I want your Su-37.
Take off.
緊急事態だ。匿名の犯行声明による事件が発生した。直ちに帰還せよ。
ごめんなさい。私は行きます。今ならまだ戻れます。大丈夫。気にしないで。 一人で大丈夫だから。
Decide.
You know what? I think I'll join the Ace. I'm kind of curious.
ついてきてくれるの？ありがとう。データではこの地点に
停戦区域にゼネラルリソースの偵察機を確認した。攻撃してくるようなら反撃し制圧せよ。
Intercept.
Intercept.
こんな時こんな
Bullseye.
ところで
Caution. Mission failed.
I didn't realize I was pointing upside down.
では行きます。
Cleared for takeoff. Take off.
緊急事態だ。
Skip the cutscene. Stick with Vampire Girl, Vampire Gremlin.
ついてきてくれるの？ありがとう。データではこの地点に
停戦区域にゼネラルリソースの偵察機を確認した。攻撃してくるようなら反撃し制圧せよ。
Intercept.
こんな時
Stall.
こんなところでどうしてゼネラルが出てくるの？
Bullseye.
邪魔邪魔。
待て。やはりお前レナか。
誰？まさか。どうしてここに今あなたなんかがいるの？
翼を取り戻しに来た。
あれは私のあなたのものじゃない。またそうやってあなたはいつもそうやって
Bullseye.
絶対渡さない。もう誰にもナイトレーベンは渡さない。
Birdie wants to fly again.
Warning. Caution. Stall. Caution. Stall. Bullseye.
My wings, you can't have them. They're mine. Yeah.
Caution. Stall. Bullseye.
レーダーが新たな機影をキャッチ。直ちに迎撃態勢を取れ。
Update target.
I'm going to shoot you. I'm gonna shoot a missile up your tailpipe, and I'm gonna make your boat go boom. I'll make it all go boom.
Bullseye.
I'll prove I'm a better pilot than Vampire Gremlin Girl.
Bullseye. Warning. Bullseye.
I'm guessing you're trying to get a lock on me. But you will not get a lock on me because I'm a 8th pilot. I'm Poop Bucket. I'm the Poop Bucket. Everybody fear the Poop Bucket. Do it.
Bullseye. Bullseye.
偵察機の撃退を確認。
Mission
直ちに帰還
accomplished.
せよ。
Now landing.
Landing.
Landing. Once again, it is so nice that there's a guide.
Pull up. Nice landing.
Indeed, very nice landing. So why was it saying pull up?
今回の命令違反に関しては、侵入したゼネラルリソース機撃退の功績により、特別に不問とする。
Violation of command.
船外行動について早急に報告書を提出
You must
せよ。
submit a report as soon as possible. Well, to be fair, I was following my superior officer.
どうしてなのか実は私自身にもわからない。ただ私に似ているあなたなら分かってくれるって思えたからありがとう。
Understand that what?
今回
You
の
want your plane
フラ
back?
イトレコーダーからあなたの行動をすべて消去しておきました。だから忘れてください。
So this never happened.
報告書は私が提出しておきます。
Yeah, I will totally forget that you decided to go off on a bender because you wanted your airplane back. Your top secret classified airplane. Since the ceasefire was signed last month, the intermittent talks that have been held by envoys from Newcom, as well as General Resource Limited, have been leading up to the conference that will take place at UN headquarters. The subject is reported to be about terms and conditions of the truce, but the schedule for the conference has not yet been published. The United Nations has issued a statement saying that we are still in the process of conciliating the two. Okay.
緊急出動だ。詳しい目的に関しては暗号化して送っておいた作戦情報に従うように。今回も些細なミスの許されない超法規的活動である。心してほしい。以上。
Must be done by the book. Alright, before we do that, let's go ahead and look to see if there's any new terms. Hello? Terms. Why Sony logo? Namco? Game? Game, you're being weird. Stop being weird. Was that the end of disc 1? Purpose of ceasefire arbitration does not hit for Cape Raining in a personal plane. You and Eric will be escorting. In addition, Fiona will be in that plane, escorting the delegate personally. Top secret mission, and thus only a select few will be present.
Engage.
Well, there's our welcoming community. Oh, he said a bad word. So we have the fighter attacker 32C, which obviously it's a futuristic equivalent, but when do I get to fly something like that? Do I get to fly something like that? No fair.
Caution. Stall.
No fair. They're keeping pace with me.
Caution. Stall.
Alright, fine. I'll just back away so I can then attack you from a distance. How you like that?
Caution. Stall. Caution. Bullseye. Caution. Stall.
See, I can play that little game too.
Bullseye. Mission accomplished.
Yay! Ah, my finest hour. My finest moment, actually. I actually took down a fighter jet with the guns.
目標に接近しました。
レナ来てくれたのか。助かった。
作戦の変更だ。
The mission has changed.
今回の専用機の行動はクラークソン代表とフィオナによるスパイ活動だということが明らかになった。護衛の任務を解除。
Abort escort duties and shoot down the personal plane?
了解しました。
待てよ。あそこにはフィーがいるんだ。本気かレナ。待て、撃つな。やめろ。
その事実の確認は不可能。命令を優先します。
The order takes precedence.
いや、通信機はジャミングで壊れてんだ。
Communications are just being jammed.
目標はあなたに任せます。
I'll leave the target to you.
俺はフィーを助ける。
Really? You're gonna make me choose, huh?
Decide. Bullseye.
Yep, that is against orders. Against the updated orders.
ユーピオ専用機を制空圏内へ誘導します。空中給油を受けてください。機体を適正な位置に合わせ安定させてください。
Refuel.
Yay! Apparently, there's so many different ways this game can go. And because we are at a point to now where we have to swap discs. Disc 1, Disc 1, Parent directory. So we're going to disk 2. Newcom.
ようこそニューコムへ。我々は明日の世界を創造するソフトウェアの供給を
We are a conglomerate that aims to provide the software that shapes the world of tomorrow.
ニューコムグループは
Newcom Group is with a focus on computer-related development, information development department Newcom Info as its axis,
宇宙環境
the space development department Newcom Space,
生命環境
the biological development department Newcom Bio,
通信環境
communications development depot Newcom Sphere,
広報外務部
and the PR Foreign Affairs department Newcom Publishing as its 5 major sections.
まず最初に
To begin with, I'd like to thank Newcom, who, in spite of
嫌な顔
our sudden visit, opened the door
温かく
for us and gave us a warm greeting,
コムの皆さん
without so much as an irritated look.
一人のパイロット
Thanks to you fellows' brave decision, and that of a lone pilot, we were all saved. Therefore, I will not forget
出来事を忘れることはないでしょう
what happened here today.
本日
As of 3 p.m. this afternoon,
ユーピオ代表
I, UPO delegate,
W クラークソンは私の
along with my subordinates,
私の専用
and the 38 crew members on board my plane,
8名と共にニューコムグループ
declare our transfer to the Newcom Group.
宣言しますこの決意に至る
Arriving at this decision,
はい、クラークソン代表議員による
Del Clarkson's emergency press conference is continuing, but it appears sound has been cut off on the relay.
中継の回線がつながり次第会場の映像に戻りますが、それまでもう一度今回の移籍劇についての
Let's go over with the currently known information concerning present transfer drama once again.
ユーピオ専用機からの無線をニューコムが受けたのが本日の午前11時頃。同機は明日からレーニン岬で開催されるメリトン地域緊張緩和協議会へ出席する代表を乗せ、ケープレーニー空港へ向かう途中、ランバート山脈地区上空で
by fighters thought to be associated with General Resource, and a fight broke out between them and the plane's escorts. After that, it seems to have come under attack from another unit that showed up, believed to be affiliated with UPO, and the plane's escorts changed their course toward Newcom airspace,
午後4時デニス空港に緊急着陸したのです。
and made an emergency landing at Dennis Airport.
ではこの事件をかねてから穏健派としてニューコムとも友好関係にあったクラークソン代表を暗殺する目的でゼネラルリソースと一部のユーピオが共謀したものと判断している模様です。そしてニューコムが今回事実上クラークソン代表の移籍を受け入れたことで今後のゼネ
May
ラル
only
リソー
serve
ス
to greatly strain relations between General Resource and Newcom.
あ、いたいた。ちゃんとニューコムに転職できたみたいね。それでこっちでも私たちまた同じチームに決まったからよろしく。まあとりあえずそれだけ。あいた。分かってる。ちゃんと言いますから。まあさっき議員から聞いたんだけど、うわじれったい。ありがとう。心から
She ticks me off.
あなたの決断が議員とフィーの命を救ってくれた。その決断と行動力にこれからも期待してる。あ、そうそう。私はシンシア。
My name is Cynthia, and EU's chief consulting pilot. In other words, I'm your boss. It's a pleasure to make your acquaintance.
お姉さん、変わってよ。ねえ。それからフィーはね、私にとってたった一人の妹でもあるの。だから個人的にもあなたにはすごく感謝してる。それじゃあ次は任務でね。バイ。なんで切るの？
Something tells me I'm going to be going one-to-one with Rena sometime soon. Because after all, why protect human life when you could just follow orders? Newcom's history and facts. The NEU, an abbreviation for Newcom Emergency Unit, part of a state of emergency countermeasure organization, although it was originally established a defense development research facility. Due to unforeseen circumstances, they were put in charge of all defense at Newcom. Since around 2037, when trouble began to brew between corporations, they became more military-like, and the NEU modified Newcom's equipment for military use. Currently, a large military organization that would hardly lose to rival GRDF. Yeah, when you say large military, that's double the military, definitely. Jamming. Cynthia Fitzgerald. Cynthia Brigitte Fitzgerald, born February 9, 2012, graduated with a master's in genetic engineering at Chopinberg University in 2033 and joined General Resource Limited the same year, transferred to Newcom Incorporated in 2037 after 4 years of service. Currently serving as NEU's ace pilot. Not for much longer, because I'm better.
停戦状態にもかかわらず度重なる攻撃を仕掛けてくるゼネラルリソースにこちらから攻撃を仕掛けます。新開発の高高度攻撃機モビュラで出撃、そこから古機のレモラで発進してゼネラルリソース所有のホワイトバレー空軍基地を破壊してください。
Ooh, special fighter. A pulse laser. I like this. Power for life. Hey, like our new model. How much show me what you're made of? Wow, 33,000 feet in the air. Was I supposed to shoot this thing? Enemies backup core. Please mop up surviving forces.
Update target.
Time is limited. Think before shooting.
Caution. Bullseye. Warning, missile alert. Missile
Okay, definitely do not use, do not do, like, loop-de-loops.
Warning, missile alert. Missile alert. Bullseye. Bullseye. Caution. Pull up. Bullseye. Caution. Pull up.
Well, I do like the pulse laser.
Caution. Pull up.
I do not like the fact that
Warning, missile alert.
I don't like the fact that it's so slow to turn that you need just about as much force to pull up than you would to shove yourself back down again. I don't know if I'm making sense with those words. It is like 2:30 in the morning. Speaking of which, I'm gonna have to make this my last sortie for the night, because yeah. So win or lose, this will be the last one.
Bullseye. Bullseye.
やっぱりこっちは戦い方も変わってるよ。
Caution.
The battle methods are different here. Get used to it quickly. You cannot survive with skill alone.
Bullseye. Caution. Warning. Warning. Missile alert. Missile alert. Bullseye. Warning. Bullseye.
No, poor Keith.
Bullseye.
Okay, this is a very effective fighter. Very difficult to fly, but its targeting is very good. I like it. Just do not attempt loop-de-loops with it. You will plow into the ground. I do like that I can move really, really fast with this thing. It begs to be in HD. This game begs to be in HD. It begs to be remade. Which makes me wish that maybe Ace Combat 7 would have Steam Workshop functionality. Because, hey, you could remake the entire Ace Combat series. That would be awesome. Yeah, it requires a little bit more oomph to get off the ground. It definitely likes to sink. I bumped into the ground while attempting to gun down the last target. My god, this thing looks like a missile. It does. It looks like a missile. Put some wings on that thing. Oh wait, those are the wings. We successfully destroyed White Valley Air Base. Yay!
今日はお疲れ様。新しい環境にもすぐに慣れてほしいと思う。君には期待している。今回の転職はいわば巻き込まれた形での結果だけど。
The result of you getting caught up in things, but this organization thinks differently from General or UPO. And we at Newcom want you to freely see the world we're aiming for yourself. And for you to quickly become a part of Newcom. We'll be taking action together a lot more. After today's work, I think you can help us. Later then. Are you getting used to Newcom yet? Sis has been telling me about this place. Thinks differently for ages, and since I get tired of hearing it, I'm kind of... Well, be that as it may, it's not like we have anywhere else to return to, so I guess we just gotta buckle down. Once again, not exactly fond of shooting down friendly aircraft. Oh, but it's our orders. No. You don't shoot down civilian aircraft.
というわけで続いての話題はニューコムのみならず他社でも注目の新技術サブリメーションによる人間の意識の複製
Duplicating human minds.
現場で指揮を執って開発を進めていらっしゃるニューコムのサイモン博士と
Dr. Simon, connecting with us via data swallow. Go ahead. May I speak now? A look at human history.
まだ政治が権力を握っていた頃のコンピュータ技術は人間の道具に過ぎなかった。そして私たちは SF 小説や映画、テレビゲームといった空想の中だけで
Novels, movies, video games, we gave our machines personalities. Believing one day robots and cyborgs would become a reality. However, even to this day, I have never seen a computer or artificial life with complex human feelings. Why is that? The idea was wrong from the start. To create life from nothing is something only God can do. However, if we humans were to become the machines or computers, then there's quite a possibility. For example, I wear glasses, but from another point of view, you could call me a partially mechanized cyborg. Human abilities augmented by machines. An extreme world that takes that which forms the human brain, the personality, and converts it unaltered into numerical data, which is then copied onto a computer. In other words, dead copies of brains. That is my research. Dead brains?
実際この計画に賛同し、実験参加希望者も日本から続々と申し出があるくらい。一部のマスコミが私と私の実験のことを叩いておりますがね。そういや、昔の人が飛行機の姿を見て、あんなに重い鉄の塊が空を飛ぶのかと非難していたようなもので、馬鹿げた臆病者。
ああ、すいません。何か回線の状態が悪いようですね。
Some fall with the line.
ではここで一度 CM に。
割り込みで失礼。出動要請です。詳しくはブリーフィングで。新しい R ナンバーも配備してあります。自分に合ったコフィンを見つけるためにもいろいろと試して。では上で会いましょう。
Dead copy. Sublimination. Insonet. Coffin. Connection for flight interface. And suddenly I can no longer control. Yeah, you know what, that might be a good sign to go ahead and call it a night when the game decides, you know what, I'm just going to lock out your controls. So, folks, that's exactly what I'm going to do. I'm going to cut it off here. And I will resume this tomorrow. Until then, y'all have a good night and take care. Oh, and if you like what you see, hit the thumbs up on the YouTube replay. And if you're watching this on Twitch, if you happen to like what you see, give me a follow, or better yet, if you want to drop $1, you can go to the tip jar right below the fold, and yeah, just $1 or nothing at all. What you see right now is always going to be free, no matter what. Sooner or later, I'll get the words down properly, but what I'm trying to get at is, if you'd like to support the stream, you're more than welcome to. But what you see will always be free, no matter what. I just do this. This is a hobby, but it would be nice if I could continue to do this, like more often than I have been, just like the good old days. Anyway, you all have a good night, and take care. I was about to say have a good night twice. Much like the repeated dialogue in that translation. Alright. Good night, folks, and take care.